Hey guys, long day. How'd everybody do today? Let's talk about goals. I got a question for you guys. How do you set goals for yourself? Um, are you an owner operator? Do you own your own tree service, or do you work for a company and you have like a sales manager or a manager that wants to stay on top of your performance, right? So, for example, I've been with the same company for going on 18 years, and we set expectations for ourselves and for each other, and they're based on prior performance, right? And so, let's just see if I got if I got a calculator here. I don't even know if I brought a calculator with me. So let's just say, you've got some, you want to do, I don't know, let's say you want to do $20,000 a week. So you should be doing $5,000 a day, or, some, rough equivalent thereof. You want to work Saturdays. How many appointments a week do you go to? Do you write your proposals on the spot? If you are self-employed, or you have just a few employees, a small operation, just one or two crews, what goals do you set for yourselves, right? Okay, so for example, let's just say, where's my calculator? Am I connected this time? All right, so let's just say, based on prior performance, your manager expects you to do, $1 million a year. Wait, what's that? Oh, hey, Hiram. Thanks for tuning in. You know, I totally agree. I used to work with my brother. Managing people is not fun. Managing trees is hard enough, but being a tree care professional is kind of like being a psychologist, because you can't do anything to a tree until the person in charge of it spends some money on it or is willing to open up his or her wallet. So, I know what you mean when you're talking about not being cut out to manage. It's not fun. I guess my real question for you is, how do you set goals for yourself? If you're a self-employed tree worker, or tree company, tree service owner, you probably, if you've been doing this for any length of time, you probably only want to put in 3-4 days a week. You know what I mean? Are you just working just hard enough to stay out of trouble and keep the wolves away from the door, or just enough to sock away 20% of your income every year so you can quit at some point? At what point are you thinking about quitting? Like, how long you been doing it? And it's not easy managing, I tell you that. But I'm more like, today let's talk about that, if that's what you want to talk about, managing people, because it's not fun. But one of the fun things about it is talking about goals and then calling each other up. I have a text thread, and all the arborists we text, and sometimes we'll be like, "Hey man, I just booked $22,000. I booked 2 weeks worth of work. I might be able to take a couple days off. I've been looking to take a couple days off. My computer, or my iPad doesn't seem to have a calculator on board, and I can't seem to download one from the internet. All right. Well, anyway, this isn't that hard, right? You want to do $1 million a year, and there's 52 weeks in the year. You want to take 2 of them off, right? So that's 50. You know what I mean? So, you want to do $22,000 a week. Is that about right? But then what's your close rate? That's my next question. Do you close every sale? Like, for example, like let's say, like I'm trying to do 1.2 million and my close rate's 50%. So that means I need to write 2.4 million. If I want to do 1.2 million and my close rate's 50%, then I need to write 2.4 million worth of proposals. And that means I got to write $46,153 $46,153 worth of proposals every week. And if I'm trying to write 25 proposals a week, that's $18.46 per proposal. So if I can write 25 proposals at $18.46 a piece per week, and I can keep a 50% close rate, then I can achieve my goal of doing $1.2 million in a year. Does that make sense? So, that's the way I would do it. So let's just say that you're an owner operator and you do $500,000 in volume a year. So 500,000 divided by a 52 week. You probably don't close your doors. You probably, just take it whenever you go on vacation. You leave a couple of employees in the saddle to do some work for you while you're gone. That's $9,615 a week. So if you want to write 20, let's say you're an owner operator doing $500,000, you're gonna write 20 proposals a week. So you need to write 20 $480 proposals. See, to me, I think you should set your sights a little higher. If you're an owner operator doing $500,000, you should probably shoot for like 750,000. 750,000 divided by 52 weeks, it's $14,423 a week. And let's just say you want to write 20 proposals a week. That's 20 proposals at $720 per proposal. That should be what, a half day for a two-man crew? $1,500 for a two-man crew. $2,400 for a three-man crew. $2,500. I know some people getting $3,000 a day for a three-man crew. That's something you should think about. And I assume that you're working with a bookkeeper or you're using QuickBooks or Arbor Gold software. Ah! Whoa, dude. I'm only employed as a sanitation worker, refuse collector. I have found that elastomer type lubricant intended for chainsaw does work well to prevent different drills and woodcraft tools from overheating, such as augers. Oh, well, I love your comments when you come. I thought you were a tree guy. I love your comments, man. When you say that the bar oil that you use, the chainsaw oil, is it the really super viscous stuff that is by Still brand or Husqvarna brand? Or is that really cheap, gooey, gloppy stuff that's really just about as runny as motor oil that you can buy at like Home Depot or Lowe's? Because there's two completely different calibers. But that really super viscous stuff, I can imagine you using that for drills. Yeah, that stuff is amazing. And if you tried the green stuff, it's in a green, and it's vegetable oil based, and it's just a little runnier, not quite as molassesy. What about you? You got a side hustle, or you just do your job? New garage sales, flea markets. This is my side hustle. My wife's got a side hustle. She sings in a band. I started out wanting to talk about setting weekly and daily performance goals for yourself, but my one audience member wants to talk about bar oil, and that's great. I got a satellite. Hey, Hiram. This is crazy, satellite office because we do so much work up in the north end of town that we needed our own office up there. But really, it's not really an office, it's just a parking space, right? And so there's no light switch, there's no flush lever, there's no printer or Wi-Fi, there's not even a building, it's just a parking space. And so my crew that works up there, they got to keep all their stuff in the trucks. And they got bar oil coming out their ears because everybody else in my main hub, in my main office, we keep the bar oil in the supply closet, in the supply shed. But these guys got to keep, because they only want to come down once a month. So they always carry a month's worth of bar oil with them in their truck. And their truck is packed, their cargo boxes have to be organized, because now they got to keep that DEF in the truck too for the diesel emissions or exhaust or whatever. Diesel exhaust fluid. It's awful. Oh, that's awesome. You salvage. That is, oh man. The guy that lived downstairs from me when we were first married up in Boston, Massachusetts, he was a garbage man. And it started out as a side hustle, just picking through trash, salvaging stuff, polishing it up, turning it around and selling it. And then he ended up buying one of those like legit garbage trucks with a compactor on it. Oh, my phone overheated. Sorry, man, my phone overheated, and so it killed the connection. I'm gonna drop the live connection because it's like 98 degrees here, and I turned the air conditioning down to the lowest possible setting, but my phone's still overheated. Sorry, Hiram. Thanks for watching.